had to pay the price. I saw in you what life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my hate. I'm now one for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. 'Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your team.
All right. Here we go. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing A-okay.
Fantastic.
Can't complain.
Fantastic. And welcome into everybody in the audience. Thank you for joining us this evening for episode 19 of the BOR. What if tomorrow never comes?
Wouldn't that be a good day?
There's so much depth behind that. I don't know.
There are a couple
to
ways to
unpack.
take that one.
There's a lot to unpack. I know.
Wow. All right, so let's go through and do the introductions real quick. And does somebody want to volunteer to give us a recap from last week?
I can do it.
Awesome. So let's start out at the opposite end. Paradox. You want to do your introduction?
Sure. My name is Chloe, and I play Paradox, aka Nyx Huxley. And she's very crazy and insane, but for good reason. And if you want a little hint of that, you can check out the solo that we did on Monday. But yeah, she's crazy, but there might be something more underneath the crazy.
Fantastic. And with that, Ring.
I'm Jenny. I play Ring, who tonight maybe a little bit more on the quiet side. She's kind of dealing with trying to come to terms with everything that's going on. So
Gotcha. And
might see a
Paul.
different side to her.
She's very multifaceted. I will put it that way. Paul.
Hey guys, I am Rob, and I play Paul or Raiden Lucero. He is the old man of the group, kind of coming to terms with his own thoughts and feelings on all the things that they've learned over the last couple of weeks, and the revelations, and the fact that his drinking buddy is no longer there. He actually misses that guy.
I kind of miss him too.
Yeah, the one who fucking killed him.
It's like, only I'm supposed to shoot at Sawyer.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, he's like, only I get to shoot at him. But yeah, he's just kind of just coming to terms with it, and you know, now it's go time. He's got to make a choice one way or another, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's Paul in a nutshell.
Nice. The old man.
Or where he's at right now, anyway.
And last but not least, Scotty.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Matt. I play Scotty Sims, aka the Rat. He's the wheeler and dealer of the group, good at being the one to talk and make connections across the city. And he's got plans for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he has plans for the future.
He's a plan man, all right?
And a pacifist.
Yes, he is a pacifist. Never
Yeah,
heard of
bullshit.
fly, unless the fly had it coming. No.
Unless it flies into his eye, and then the fly must die.
Yeah, which, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but weird that's happened twice.
It is kind of weird that this happened exactly twice.
The most entertaining part about that introduction is I'm pretty sure that like 3 weeks ago we watched him take somebody's head off with an electrified bat. So pacifist, huh? Yeah. All right.
I pacified the guy.
Okay. So you wanna run us through that recap quick?
Sure. Okay. So last week we kind of did a bit of a unique thing where we kind of like split the group apart, where it was the quest to find Paradox. So Paul and Ring, they went off to find Paradox, while Scotty went off to find Playboy, one of a net runner that we had met a while back, to get Lobo's device it pretty much examined to make sure there wasn't any funny business with this communicator she gave us. So the Paradox search party eventually found her in the Notel Motel. And when they met with her, they were able to learn a whole lot of things about the AI that is inhabiting her body and was constantly fighting Paradox for control for the conversation. I don't know if Paradox want to kind of tell us a bit about what Paradox kind of told the party during that time.
Yeah. So partially Mr. S, that we're calling him now because having two Sebastians is kind of confusing. Described that he needs to get back into the system basically to protect himself, but he's also offered that, if the gang helps him out, then they'll have access to all of his resources that he had previously as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so now we know like kind of one option that the group can go towards if we don't want to take Lobos' offer to return to the Bureau. And while that was going on, Scotty, after drive with Ford Lincoln Mercury, he arrived at Playboy's. It's not a mansion, but it's a nice place. And kind of let her examine the device Lobos gave her, and also off screen discussed something else. We'll see what that turns out to be later.
I popped a quick picture of Playboy up there for everybody to take a look at.
Yep.
And with that, so
I don't know if it's coming through.
I'll pop
At least
it up.
I'm not seeing it.
Well, I saw the picture a second ago.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. So after the group reconvened back at the base, or the parking lot next to our base, or parking deck, sorry, we got ambushed by a group of Bureau agents, which I imagine we're not too happy about since that happened before the 24 hours was up.
24 hours is up. And with that, we will roll into our... Are you guys still in the parking garage, or have you headed into the base at this point?
I think we've
sure
headed
we are.
into the base.
All right. And we can pick it up right there. So, Scotty, are you going to share any information at this point, or...
Yeah, so I think first Scotty's just gonna be kind of pissed. He's like, so yeah, maybe I lost track of time, but I'm pretty sure we still kind of had the 24 hours and we just got ambushed by a Bureau group. So is Lobos just fucking with us here?
Honestly, with these fuckers, the rule book goes out the window, so to speak.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, it's a real fine way of trying to get us to agree to her terms if she tries to fucking kill us before we can even respond.
Yeah.
Or just piss us off to the point that we tell her to go fuck herself.
That's kind of where I'm at. At least the device she gave us is actually clean. I had Playboy check it out. So apparently, this really does just contact her. No funny business, according to Playboy.
Well, that's beneficial.
Yeah, so
get
at least
Playboy
we can go
to-
tell her to fuck off using this thing.
Did Playboy get anything else off of that? Anything we can use to maybe track her or something like that? Or is it just a fancy looking walkie-talkie or whatever?
Afraid not. I mean, it's a... If I recall, she said it was actually used satellite communication, so very secure, so you can talk about whatever over this thing. But, she didn't catch anything like that.
Huh. Alright. Well,
Paradox kind of nods as Scotty explains this and says, "So is Playboy the one that's going to put Mr. S back in the system?"
She can help if we need her to, but I mean, if we just plug it in normally, can't Mr. S just take care of the rest there?
Paradox kind of looks up at the ceiling and asks that same question out loud to Mr. S.
Probably. That's the only
So
answer you get.
Paradox kind of sighs and says, probably. I don't like that odds, but I guess we have no other option.
So unfortunately, maybe the best odds we get.
Seriously. Considering if we go, cold turkey without anybody, we've got no money, got no place to live. Kind of fucked if we don't.
And we've got the Bureau on our ass the entire time, despite their current standing in Night City. Again, that's one more enemy we got on our asses that we know can.
I mean,
ain't no slouch.
To be fair, we gonna have them on our asses if we turn against them regardless. I mean, from the sounds of it, we ain't nothing more to them than bodies. Whatever you want to call us to them.
Although I just had a bright idea. The Bureau's been working in Night City for, however long it's been working in it, right? Dropping bodies and taking contracts on folks here in the city. Why don't we make that known?
Ooh, you talking calls and something explosive.
Why don't we make that a known entity? Kind of burn them. And anybody who's ever had someone taken out, I'm sure they'll start doing some digging. They'll start talking.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with how we do that, though. Speaking from experience, you start doing stuff like that, you're gonna put the pressure on us, and we don't want to get caught in the middle of.
Yeah, I mean that is something to consider. Everybody here, or at least everybody here, similar likeness, has probably been dropping bodies themselves. So double-edged swords, perhaps.
I like where you're going with it, though.
But maybe that could be something Mr. S could help us with. Cover that up.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, but we gotta get him into the system first and current Sebastian thingy out. So, yeah.
Oh, maybe he can help with that too.
So Paradox, as you're listening to this conversation, you don't really hear it, but you get this sensation of a slight humming in the back of your mind, kind of like a
Paradox kind of rolls her eyes and just says to the group, I think he's getting impatient.
Well, he can hold his metaphorical fucking horses. Unless he's got something to add to the goddamn conversation. Like, are these things that you can facilitate, potentially take our the hits that we did off the board and kind of give us a clean slate, but help us disseminate the information about the Bureau?
Too busy fighting off gnats coming at their asses, basically. And not as worried about us.
Yeah. And Paul was asking that to Paradox's tag along if he's listening. He's just Paul's assuming he's always listening. So,
Mr. S, why don't you take over to answer Paul's question?
Roll a d10 for me.
D10. It is a 6.
Okay, so Paradox says that out loud. Why don't you take over to answer that question thing? And a really odd look comes over her face, And she kind of swallows for a moment, closes her eyes, opens her eyes back up, and kind of looks around at you guys. What is it that you would like to know?
I mean, you were listening, weren't you?
Yes.
So can you do it or not?
Yeah, that's pretty much that. Can you make it happen? Either one of those things.
It would obviously be more... It would be safer to have someone go in and lock the other out.
Okay. Well, let's say for the sake of conversation, we can get the new Sebastian out of our bunker and replant you back in. Can you do the other thing?
You know, BOR, make them go bye-bye or have to worry about other people, not us.
Yeah. Make someone else a bigger issue for them than us. Take the jobs that we've done that you've had us do in their name, take that off the board, completely erase all tracks of that, as well as you can, and basically blow the lid on the BOR that's been operating in Night City.
Well,
Go ahead.
the jobs that you have done while you have been in my employ are not listed with the BOR.
Okay. So they don't have access to that information.
Only if they access it through this facility, which I assume they have not done.
I would hope not.
Yeah, well, is that something you can verify whether they have or have not? Well,
If I
once you
yes, once I'm back in the system, then I can verify that. Yes. And if we can get rid of the other AI, then I should be able to bring this system fully online.
Okay, so is it possible to create chaos for them to at least keep them off our ass for a while?
Maybe.
Like I was saying, potentially blow the lid off of their operations here in Night City. And while I'm assuming the Corpos have had a hand with bringing the BOR into Night City, I'm sure the folks of the other various individuals that they killed had friends and folks that would like to probably get a little pound of flesh.
The BOR technically does not operate within the confines of Night City, as they are in USA.
So they don't have any official remit to operate within Night City. So every operation they've done since their inception is technically illegal. Is that what you're telling me?
Within Night City. There are other considerations that have to be made there. They don't take contracts. They work off of their own contracts. So,
But the
they're
important
not
pieces.
they're
They have done work within Night City, and they've left a trail.
probably yes.
We can use that to point other people at them. Not as many people as we can. That way they get off our ass, at least for a little while, and we got some room to breathe. And maybe not be staring down the barrel of a gun, having to make one or two decisions, either get hunted or go back and work for them.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yes.
Okay, so-
Going back and working for them is a bad idea.
Okay, so plan. We need to get Mr. S back in the system. We need to shut the old Sebastian out, which we need to find somebody that can help us do that, which I'm guessing, hopefully, Playboy can help us with that.
We should
I
get...
don't know. Paul looks over at Scott. I don't know, Playboy. Can you get your friend to help us?
Couldn't we also see? Oh, never mind. Hold on. I'm not talking right now.
I'm in
Paradox is
control
watching.
here.
Paradox is just a passenger at the moment.
It's like, well, I can give her a call, see if she's I talked to her a bit about it briefly, but now that we've got a little more solid plans, I can give her another call.
And Ringo kind of check the time and be like, well, whatever we're going to do, I would probably say we need to do quickly because, something tells me that attack is probably not the only one we're going to deal with, and we might want to go fucking get ready for, additional company. Maybe a few explosives, a few landmines. Blow shit up.
Yeah.
Yes?
The last.
we don't want to blow up the city.
No, just blow up people that come near us.
Because that won't just be waving a giant flag saying, hey, something's going on over here. We'll have the cops all over us.
They attacked us first.
I agree with Ring to a point. Let's make sure that we're provisioned, both food, the essentials, make sure we got our ammo and weapons and armor situation figured out. But honestly, if we're going to go use this plan, we go to ground. Meaning we hole up in our nice little bunker, and we only pop our head out if we need to. Unless, and he's still looking at Paradox at this point, you maybe have another bunker that we can go to. Because they already know where we live.
I don't know of any other bunker. Well, no. There is another bunker within the confines of Night City.
You just don't know where it's at.
Well, no, I know where it's at. It's just not suitable.
To be fair, given what's located in said bunker we're in right now, do we really want to give them the chance to get access to that? Our original copies are in there.
That's a good point.
Really don't want to let them have access to that and start having more, rat incidents, kid incidents, like we did. No offense, I really don't want to blow the head off of a copy of myself.
Yeah, it's kind of messes with your head seeing a copy of you die right in front of you.
Paul kind of looks at both of them like, it wasn't that hard, actually.
I mean, it's not so much. I mean, I'm mentally fucked as it is, and if you kind of knew shit I've done, I mean, you'd probably think I'm crazier than what I am right now. So, not really that. It's just more really. I don't know. I just don't want to blow a copy of myself up. Especially since they know stuff about us, and that can make it a little more difficult because, we can't necessarily get the jump on them as easy.
Looks like we're staying put then, Sebastian.
Well, I do think it would be a good idea to have this Netrunner friend of yours.
Okay, so, Scotty, you want to get her in contact, and maybe me and that one, as she points at Paul, and it's like, we can go get supplies, since I'm assuming we're not going to be able to get any supplies into base right now. I don't know if that other AI would be willing to.
Yeah, I'll give Playboy a call. See if she can get down here.
She'll look at Paradox and go, and Mr. S, or Paradox, if you can hear us, keep him safe and out of trouble.
I mean, we should probably let Paradox speak up. Pretty sure she's got something to say about this little plan of ours.
Paradox is fine with your little play.
I prefer to hear that from her own mouth.
I mean,
Likewise.
We're shooting shit. We're gonna potentially say fuck it to a group that's trying to kill us. I really don't think she's gonna have an issue with it. She gets to have fun and slaughter shit, so. And I'll bring her stickers, so she'll be okay with that. Maybe. Pretty sure she'll be okay with that.
I'd still prefer to hear that from her. Just humor me.
What Paradox? you can hear what is going on. You can hear the conversation. You just don't have control over your own ability to physically respond. Did you want to attempt to wrist back control from Sebastian?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Roll me a d10.
Ooh, nope. That's a 9.
So Paradox stands there, kind of looks at you guys for a moment, scrunches up her face a little bit, closes her eyes, opens her eyes up again. Yeah, I'm good. Everything sounds good.
I'm
just
gonna
kind of look.
I'm gonna roll me some human perception there.
Some insight check.
I'm gonna roll me a human perception. Let's see what we got. 13.
Yeah, that seems legit to you, man.
Okay.
I don't even know.
The only thing missing was a reference to stickers. I mean, but you know.
It's under social.
She does reach into her pocket and she pulls out what looks like a sticker and kind of starts fumbling with it a little bit.
She's really trying to sell it there.
The question is, does she have that sparkle in her eye?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you really you're pretty sure this is Paradox, Harper.
Wow, even I rolled in that one for
Yeah,
that. Okay.
you guys-
We've all fallen for this terrible play.
Yeah, we've been suckered. Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. I guess,
Like,
yeah, I guess she's
Or
down.
he's just like,
Look, they got the stickers.
Yeah. All right, hey,
Pass the
whatever.
sticker test.
We
Ray
need a
just
better
kinda
test. We need a better
Yeah.
test.
I mean, given what she's been through, So, good, then let's go get supplies while they get the lady person contacted so we can get this shit under the way.
All right, yeah, we'll go out and grab some ammo and other things. And
Okay.
worst case scenario, this is what we're working with. Best case scenario, we get back into the bunker and we have access to all our shit again. So.
I mean, I was thinking more food and beer, but you know.
I mean, yeah, food and beer too. That's fine.
So as you guys are getting that, convinced that Paradox is on board, everything's fine, you're getting ready to go do your thing, execute your plan. Scotty, the crystal that you have starts to vibrate a little bit, and you get a message on your internal agent. The message says 24 hours is up. Meet me at this address. And it gives you an address inside Hayward.
Alright, so seeing that, Sky kind of just speaks up to me. I was like, so just got a message from Lobos telling us now that time is up and giving us an address to meet her at.
Yeah, and there's no sense in hiding Paradox, because chances are they already know that we found her.
We shouldn't do that.
I mean...
Scotty's just gonna go ahead and reply. It's like, oh, the 24 hours is up now, because I could have sworn we already had a team of your guys come at us before that time was up. Care to explain? Just gonna send that message back.
Yeah, it takes like a minute or two, and the message comes back and says, that wasn't me, but I will take care of that.
He just goes, my, how you inspire confidence.
hopefully you understand. This is the message coming back. Hopefully you understand that there are contracts out for all 4 of you, plus the gentleman that you left on the dock, and another 6th person, some doctor.
I mean, at this point, the doc could probably take care of herself. I haven't really seen her much, so she's probably gone to ground for whatever reason.
She's self-medicated at this point.
At this point, Sky just looks at us and says, like, all right, so what's the plan? Do I just tell her to fuck off, or do I say we'll be there and we just don't show up? Because frankly, I don't really trust her at all.
Honestly,
I like Plan B. Plan B sounds very good to me.
I mean, either way, we're not gonna go, so probably. Okay, I know which one I would want to respond with, which would be the first one, to fuck off. But when you start thinking logistics and shit like that, yeah, Plan B.
Plan B will give us some more time to prep.
Tell her to fuck off.
No.
That was Plan A. You just said you go with Plan B, which is to say we tell her we'll be there and just not show up.
But Ring is my friend, and I trust her.
I'm saying go with Plan B, though.
I'm rolling another human perception check because that shit seems super sus. Let's see what we got.
You can roll for.
Oh.
No.
Oh no, that's
this time.
It's not sus at all. Not at all. This is like
Hold on,
this.
I just rolled a 21 for that.
This
Well,
is legit.
For the other 2, I mean, this is paradox. I mean, this is natural paradox. There's no
Paul's
way
like,
this couldn't be paradox.
In the back of his head, he's like, you know what? Yeah, she would say that.
But Scotty, you on the other hand are like, doesn't seem, something's not right about this.
He's gonna look at her for a second. He's like,
She doesn't. She doesn't.
That.
She doesn't seem quite as insane as she normally does.
Yeah, Ray's just kind of sitting here scratching her head, just like that seems like paradox, but I said Plan B. What?
Why don't we do both? Why don't we tell her to fuck off and then tell her that we're going to be there and don't go?
Look,
I think we should call the Netrunner and get her over here.
After she says that, Paul's looking at her like, did you hit your head? Because you were a little more...
No, that's S.
And then he looks over at Scotty. You sure? Because, oh no.
I'm so confused.
I'm pretty sure at this point, and I would like that he's getting better at pretending to be her. Anyway, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell Lobos that we'll be there, and kind of looks at the address. Like, how long would be a reasonable time to, expect Lobos to wait for us, based on the location?
Well, she's already given us the location, meaning she's probably there or headed there now. Send her this. Considering that we had to deal with some folks that were not your people, according to you. We'll meet you in 6 hours.
Give us a chance to patch up.
Yeah. Give us a chance to lick our wounds, get cleaned up. Then we'll meet you in 6 hours.
Scotty nods and just messages back. Considering we just had to fight off a bunch of your friends, you're gonna have to give us a little bit of time to lick our wounds. Expect us there within 6 hours.
And you get an immediate reply back. They are not my friends. And you will come now.
Okay, can we just send her to go fuck herself? Because at this point, yeah, screw her.
Give me a little more time. And he's like, we'll come as soon as we're able to. Which, again, we were just in a firefight. We need a little bit of time. And can I roll a persuasion for that? I know it's over text, so it's probably...
Go for it.
Okay. I text in cursive.
It's
very persuasive. Rolled a
cursive.
19.
Solid roll.
So, it takes a minute or two. And all you get back is you come to me or I come to you.
We'll see. We'll just tell her we'll see you in a few hours.
Yep. I guess Scott's reply that. It's like do what you want. We'll see you in a few hours.
Guys, something tells me that they know where we're at.
On the plus side, we can start using those mines. Might as well lay a trap for her if she's coming.
Yeah, we might want to move quick. Something tells me we may not have as much time as what we're thinking.
Probably not.
We don't know for sure that she was at location.
Yep. So let's go grab some equipment, some food.
Obviously not Paradox at this point. Just an FYI for you, the location that she gave you is the answer to the question that you asked me earlier about any other underground facilities in the city.
So that's
the other bunker.
That is the other bunker, yes.
Meaning it's already under Bureau control.
Probably. Or at least under her control.
I don't know, because that particular location is a pre-war military base that belonged to the United States before the Fourth Corporate War. It has since been annexed by Night City, obviously. And is currently the headquarters of the 6th Street Gang.
I'm not surprised at that one.
So Lobo's got something to do with the 6th Street Gang. Interesting.
Or maybe they don't even know who she is or what she does. Either way, yeah. Let's start. And he kind of looks around the area there, and then let's start fortifying a bit, unless we can get back into our bunker. Get Playboy on the line, because I'm gonna estimate we've got about an hour, maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
That's saying that's where she's at, and she wasn't already partway here.
Assuming.
Or didn't have eyes on us already.
Yeah. So go ahead and give our hacker friend a call, because we need to start making moves. I don't plan on getting shot again.
Right. Scotty's gonna start ringing up Playboy on the Nokia, naturally.
It's got the Hello Kitty ringtone.
So it rings 7 times and then gets picked up. What do you want now?
Hey, bub. Sorry. Hey, Playboy. Sounds like we're gonna need you after all. Come to, about what we discussed earlier. Come to this address. Kind of sends her the address of where they're at in Haywood.
Okay, so you want me to go to a hotel in Haywood?
Yes. And try to be a little quick.
Look,
we're on a bit of a time frame.
pal, I'm a professional here, and that's not the profession that I'm in, so...
No, okay, no, okay. Listen, if it were about that, I'd be asking you to come to the No-Tell Motel. You know, this. Trust me,
And I would be stringing your nuts over my rearview mirror.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna mentally block out that one because I hate picturing it. But I'm telling you the truth.
Oh Jesus, poor guy.
All right, but it's going to cost you $5,000, and I want half up front.
This guy like pauses for a second. It's like,
Somebody's best our son they ass.
it's like, you got it. Don't worry. I'll get that 2.5 to you as soon as possible. Just go ahead and get in your car and just get over here as quick as you can.
Yeah. $2,500 up front, or I walk.
Nah, don't worry. Come on.
Don't come on me.
What? You're gonna get it. You're gonna get the cash, all right?
Yeah, I know I'm going to get the cash. $2,500 up front, and the other $2,500 when the job's done.
Exactly. Now get your butt over here. I'm gonna hang up now and and I'll get the eddies to you. All right?
You better. Click.
Don't worry. And hey, then as soon as that ends, Scotty kind of looks at the amount of eddies he has. He's like, "All right, guys, we're all gonna need to chip in for this one."
Are you fucking serious?
What? Oh, okay. You know what? If Mr. S says he has access to so much funds, he kind of looks over at Paradox like, "You can pay us back for this one, right?" She wants $2.5K up front, and then the rest afterwards. Another 2.5 afterwards.
I don't have any money.
Can you get us money?
Maybe Mr. S can, but I don't have any money.
Mr. S, I know that's you. Just for fuck's sake, just work with me here. I'm trying to. We're doing this to help you out, all right? Work with us.
I can just imagine Paradox is inside her head right now, just laughing her ass off.
You're the fixer. Get her here. Have her bring me some stickers along the way.
Is this really? Sorry, AI really acting like a child right now. He kind of looks over at Ring and Paul. It's like, you two got any to spare?
Ringo flipping what she has.
Paul's like, yeah, I got about.
How much?
You cut out.
Real staticky.
Anyway, Paradox taps
Can you hear me now?
on her hiding spot in her head.
Mhm.
She says, "I do have eddies.
You do?
Yeah, from the last job.
Did you want to give them your eddies?
Yes, some of them. Not all of them. Give them 1,000.
Give them 1,000. How do I do that?
Oh,
This
God damn
AI
it,
is
let me
worthless.
take over.
Okay, he relinquishes control to you.
This fucking AI is worthless.
Paradox kind of shakes it off, and she looks over at Scotty and like, yeah, you're right. That was Mr. S the whole time, and then flips him 1,000 eddies.
See, I
Paul's,
knew it.
Paul's like, I got about 450 eddies.
All right.
He kind of shrugs. Beer and lo mein ain't cheap.
Yeah.
And weapons.
And weapons. Let's not forget that.
All right. And
Sounds like you might be a little short there, huh?
and, Ring, did you say you flipped any over?
Yeah.
How
She
much?
still had a decent amount saved up, so she was probably able to provide the other 500, or at least 500.
500. Okay.
So
All
that
right,
puts you at
that's
1950.
yeah, 1950, and Scotty will provide the rest from his own money.
Well,
550.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Looks like
And,
we got at least half.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he sends that over to Playboy,
All right.
and just says, "Told you."
You get a short receipt back that says thanks.
Scotty just sends like a thumbs up back.
All right. So you are pretty sure you've got your Netrunner on the way. What are you doing?
They're wearing my eddies to contribute to the gun run. Paul's like, I'm tapped out.
Yeah, Ring's gonna go get ready for their other guests that are going to be on the way.
Yep.
Paradox lifts up a finger as if to ask a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, can't we just sick Netwatch on the AI that's in the base right now?
No,
I mean, we
don't do
could,
that.
but then they'd have access to all of our
yeah.
stuff. Because
Yeah, that-
you know damn well they ain't just gonna stop at taking that thing out. They're probably gonna go
Yeah.
digging.
Fair
Not
enough.
to mention that you kind of have a rogue AI in your head, and yeah, they catch that, and you can say bye-bye to your ass.
Yeah, chances are they'll probably kill you.
She kind of shrugs. It's worth a thought, but anyway.
No, good idea. Like we heads at, but yeah, they ain't gonna fly. So Paul kind of looks down at himself. He bandaged himself up after he had shot up, and he's kind of checking his ammo reserves, and it's like, okay, well, we've got, let's see here, we've got plenty of ammo from our shotgun. Got a couple grenades, and I mean, basically what I got on me. What you guys looking like? He points at Scotty. You got that new mono blade there. Come in handy.
You know, I'm gonna miss the old bat. That thing has some sentimental value, but this kind of holds up the model blade in its sheath, and it's like, it'll do.
Okay. He looks over at that paradox. So what do you got besides stickers?
She just extends her hand and brings out a Wolver. These
Okay,
always.
There's that, but we don't need you going, murder hobo on us.
I imagine I probably won't be able to do too much, considering I'll be hooked up to the system.
That's a good point. Fuck. Alright, I guess it's just three of us then.
Ring's like, I got what was left from the attack, maybe 3 clips of basic, 3 incendiary, and that's about it. Maybe a clip for my sniper, but not really going to be useful in a situation like this right now.
Miss Paradox. Or would you rather I call you Nyx?
She kind of squints her eyes and says out loud, "Is this Mr. S?"
Well, yes, of course it is. Who else is in your head?
You just went very proper there. It was very weird. Anyway, what the fuck do you want?
The way I see it, we have a couple of different options. Because when this Lobos character, if they were to try to raid the base or infiltrate the base, as it is right now, the base's security system would be activated. The problem with that is the base's security system would not be able to, or probably would not, distinguish us from them, and would immediately purge the base. unless you can get me into the system before that happens. Then I could try to override the security system and take that portion over.
I think that's the plan, Mr. S.
All right.
Once you and I are hooked up to the mainframe, we're going to be useless. And unless we've already locked out the main system, once the security protocols are initiated, we'll just simply be trapped in there until the security protocol de-escalates.
Paradox sighs audibly and repeats that all to the group, and then kind of shrugs and says to Mr. S, I think we're just gonna have to wing it.
So basically what he's saying
everything.
Is we need to have him inside the mainframe and him doing his thing before Lobo shows up.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if that security detail shows up, well, yes, that could be nice against Lobos and her psychopathic bunch. I don't really feel like having fucking robots coming at my ass.
Well, I mean, and he kind of looks over at Scotty at this point. He's like, hopefully, Playboy ain't dragging ass, because we really, we got no choice but to either sit here and wait, or I don't know. It's really the only choice we got. Hurry up and fucking wait.
Well, I told her to get over here as fast as she could. When Lobos gets here, we'll just have to try to stall if we still need time.
Odd or even, Scotty?
Even Steven.
You hesitated. You hesitated.
You hesitated, dude.
Because I was just thinking, like, what's the odd or even in this situation? We're just talking.
Well, it was odd, by the way. So.
I saw.
I knew it. I knew just the hesitation in your voice. I knew it.
It wasn't about my faith in even Steven. It was more just why.
Here's what I want to know too, though. What's her connection to the 6th Street gang? And are we gonna have their asses on our doorstep next, or right along with her?
It's possible. I mean, I really, at this point, I don't care who she's bringing. They're gonna get it. So.
Ring just kind of nods and is like,
Let's just hope we have our base by the time they get here, or at least we're inside and have access to security measures. But we'll see. So I guess. So Paradox did relate relate to them that once they're hooked up, once her and Sebastian are hooked up, old Sebastian are hooked up, that she's pretty much going to be a lump on a log, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, well, when you guys get hooked up, I guess it'll just be up to us three to keep you from getting flatlined. And ourselves, ideally.
It's true. And Paradox kind of just puts her hands up and says, listen, we just gotta follow the plan. There's nothing much we can do to, like, I don't know, try and figure out what to do if we can't get Sebastian in the system right away.
Yep, just play it by ear, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are having that conversation, you notice around you that the lights in the base start to dim.
Oh shit.
And it's really just like a brief second or two, but it feels like a long time. Suddenly everything goes black and completely quiet. Like every piece of machinery in the base just shut off.
Guys? fuck is going on?
Someone forget to pay the power bill?
Is it like where we're at right now? So it's like essentially pitch black?
Yep.
Alright. So, Scotty's gonna pull out a handy dandy flashlight.
He's using his cell phone light, isn't he? Or his agent light.
It's like, alright, so, I think she might be here.
Which
Entirely
she?
possible.
Probably Lobos. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell Playboy to do this.
Paradox just goes, well, shit.
Yeah.
So that few seconds goes by, and you remember the security lighting that you woke up to when the explosion went off in the base several weeks ago. So it's a condition red lighting. So the bright lights that were familiar and nice and bug zapper bright are gone, and now you have red lights.
Okay. Paul's kind of looking around like,
I mean, kind of glance at Paul, goes, this is kind of eerily familiar.
yeah, and I don't have C4 this time. Sadly.
Yeah. But last time this happened, you tried to blow up the turret
Mm-hmm.
because you tried to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a security protocol enacting.
Yep, sounds familiar. So
We fixing to have fucking robots down on our ass?
maybe.
Fuck.
You hear a crackling sound through the PA system, kind of a.
Hello? Yeah, if you try to talk, we can't understand shit you're saying.
Paul he's got his weapon ready. He's just kind of waiting. It's like, well, he kind of looks back at Paradox. I hope you're ready for a fight, because you might have to start dropping bodies before you can get you hooked up.
Fair enough.
Ring's actually gonna go ahead and let her rippers come free. She's gonna leave her rifle on her back for now.
Okay.
Scotty's he's gonna take out a combat knife and apply some poison to it.
All right. As you guys are doing that, you hear a familiar ding from the other room.
Elevator just came down.
Mm-hmm. Paul's gonna start moving towards the elevator.
Ring's gonna look over towards Scotty and go, "Did you tell her how to get down here by chance?"
No, I didn't.
Okay. Ring's gonna kind of follow behind Paul, but keep a short distance back.
Okay.
Paradox is gonna stay behind the whole group and take out our wolvers.
Yes, Sky's gonna take a position somewhere near the elevator where he could try to ambush someone who comes out.
All right. As you guys take up positions in the common room, just outside of the elevators, and this room has the red lighting as well. You see the little display over the top of the elevator says it's at floor 0, which means it's on this floor. And you hear the seal pop as the doors come open.
Okay.
And you get the bright light from the elevator kind of filters out into the room, kind of contrasting with the red light. and the elevator appears to be empty.
The heck?
I'm a roll perception.
Roll.
I don't fucking trust it. That's a 16.
Yeah, something's wrong here, Aiden. You just can't really put your finger on it. The elevator looks empty.
Aha! I'm going to
She sees everything.
Open the third eye.
You have some help, Nix. So Sebastian, in back of your mind, obviously, is like, I do believe they are here.
Which they, Mr. S.
I think it's not friendlies.
Oh, great. Well, that's nice.
So
And
Paul's...
Paradox just relays, Mr. S thinks it's Lobos.
Yeah, considering the fact that, the kid didn't tell him how to get down here. Yeah. But the question is, why the empty elevator, and where the fuck are they actually at?
So Paul's kind of looking around the elevator in the immediate area there, and he's like, okay.
Nothing in the elevator. It looks just empty.
Sky's gonna...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Sky's gonna say over their internal agents, it's like, don't think we should rule out cloaking technology like what Paradox has.
Yeah.
Fair point. Shit.
On the plus side, maybe they're naked and unarmored.
Highly doubt that, kid.
Yeah, something tells me they've probably got gear that can hide with them.
A guy can hope, alright?
Paradox is gonna look around and see if she can find a fire extinguisher.
Okay. There's fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Paradox is gonna pick it up
Okay.
and get ready to use it, and just says, "Just show yourself, bitch, and I won't cover you in fire extinguisher stuff."
Roll. Okay, so I'm gonna have the other three of you roll perception check for me.
Alright.
Fire extinguisher stuff. I love
18.
it. 20.
Ooh.
A natty one from me.
So Paul, you distinctly remember, from the first days that you were in this base and kind of looking around at everything, doing a little check of the building, and you remember seeing inspection tags on those fire extinguishers from the year 2027.
Paul kind of looks at the tag. Honestly, whatever components are in there are probably dry as dust, kid. But still compressed air.
Ring kind of pauses for a minute, and she just kind of starts looking around. She's like, when Paradox was doing her little invisible thing, there was kind of that weird, almost haze look when she was moving.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of starts looking around, just real calm breathing, quiets down, and just watches, looking almost like she's looking for that slight haze look.
So Paul kind of... So describe the layout again, Greg, like kind of where we are in relation to the...
So ring roll perception check for me. So you guys are in the main entry area. So it's like
Kind of like
greeting.
the vestibule area.
Right. It's like a greeting room. This room is normally pretty bright. It's circular like the other rooms. It actually has, on the far side from the elevators, the one whole wall is like one big fish tank.
Gotcha.
And there's cushioned seats in here, kind of running along, like they're built in, running along the walls. The flooring in this room is kind of a mosaic floor tile. And it's actually a pretty fancy room for down here, because it's the entry area. The elevators are pretty much panel board with stainless steel on the inside.
Okay.
And like halogen lights. That's it.
Alright. Hall is so there's only one entrance in or out from that room besides the elevator.
No, there's two rooms that go off of this one.
Okay.
And then the elevator is the only, like...
Alright. So basically it's essentially a circular room with two rooms that go off of it, the elevator, and then I guess the corridor that leads to that area. That's the picture I'm getting in my head?
No, just the two doors. So there's two doors in the circular room, two doors in the walls, which are not really doors. They're basically just openings to go through,
so like archways.
Right. And then you have the elevators on the other side. So the elevators kind of open out towards this big fish tank wall, and then to the right and left of the fish tank wall are these two doors, pass-through areas, archways.
Okay, so we have to be standing on one of them, I guess, or we're in the room itself.
I was assuming you were in the room.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of getting a mental picture.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty's gonna get some of his rope. He's gonna tie a little knot at the end, so that end bit is a little weighted.
Okay. You carry that rope with you all the time?
Oh, I think Matt froze.
Oh no. We'll never know the answer.
No. The mystery of the rope.
And I rolled my perception that you asked me to.
And okay, thank you. Yes, he did. So he lost his connection. We'll give him just a moment. What? So your perception roll, Ring. You don't see anything as you're trying to look for that shimmering. See the light shifting off of something. It doesn't look like there's anything there.
Okay.
This is either really, really advanced stealth technology, or there's no one there.
Or they're just standing really still.
Or they're standing really still. That is possible. You want to just hop on the elevator and find out? I mean,
No. No.
So Paul's gonna shoot at the fish tank.
Oh. Why?
okay. Paul's shooting the fish tank.
Well, there's water, and if they're invisible,
It's either going to short circuit their gear or.
at least show us where the fuck they're at.
Sounds like a Paul thing to do.
Yeah. Look, it was out of that throw a grenade, okay?
Yeah, let's not do the grenade, please.
All right, shoot the so you're just gonna blast the fish tank?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
All right. So roll damage for me. And you don't have it's a wall, so I mean you don't really have to roll the hit. So Okay.
God damn! I wasted that roll.
All right,
Jesus.
so Paul just turns around, racks his gun, and blasts the fish tank. Which, I mean, the glass is pretty thick on that fish tank, but not thick enough, as the front of the fish tank completely blows out. And I mean, this is a wall, so you have like 1,200 gallons of water
Whee!
flush
Ring's
into
gonna
this room.
quickly try to scramble down one of the back into one of the openings to get the fuck out of that room.
And by the way, there were actually fish in the fish tank, so you've got the fish now too.
That'll be alright.
Oops.
Hold, let me get Scotty back in here.
My internet ruined my plan.
Well, you care to update him on what you just did, Raiden?
Oh yeah, I just shot the fish tank.
And exploded it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the fish everywhere.
I see.
Scotty's not surprised.
So while that was going,
I get what we're going for.
Okay,
So-
he gets it. He gets it.
so while that was going on, what were you working on, Scotty?
He was going to essentially just tell everyone to duck and then swing the rope in like a horizontal arc just to see if it hits anything in the open space.
Okay.
But I guess the fish tank idea can also work.
Well, both of those things are happening at the same time. So, Scotty, I'm going to have you roll an athletics check for me.
That was a 12.
Okay. Ring, where are you in relationship to Raiden?
She was back more towards like one of the entryways, like kind of between him and one of the closer to the one of the entryways into one of the hallways.
Okay, so roll an athletics check for me.
Let's see.
It'll be under the. There we go.
14.
Paradox. Where are you?
So Paradox was kind of behind everyone. I would say that she was in the actual room though, unfortunately. And as Paul shoots the fish tank, she kind of screams at him and says, "Hey, those were my friends!"
Of course she would have fucking fish friends. Jesus.
Because fish are friends, not food.
Not food, exactly.
Okay, so no athletics check for you. Paul, roll me an athletics check.
Okay. 19. Man,
All right, so Scotty goes to twirl his rope. The only two of you that remain standing are Paradox and Raiden. And you hear Raiden rack his gun and pull the trigger, and you just hear this. You don't really. It's like an odd sound of shattering glass. Not like it's a muffled sound of shattering glass, and you feel the pressure in the room change as you are hit by this water. It just takes your feet right out from under you for Ring and Scotty.
Once Ring settles from landing on her ass, or should I say probably more her back, she's gonna look at Paul and go, "Fuck you, asshole."
Is that all it does? None didn't show up. Nobody else.
So that happens, and you hear a metallic click. And from the ceiling in the other room begins to lower down a turret.
fucking shit.
We're gonna pause right there so everybody can take a bathroom break. Do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes here. And then we'll see what actually happens with our wonderful murder hobos. I mean, the BOR. All right, so we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
At least it's
Be
never
right
boring.
back.
Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. I saw in you what life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my hate. I'm now one for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. I think of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but I think of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost catching a ride with the lady. Her hair hangs down past her thighs. Blue and pistol shit. Satisfies leather jacket, zipped up tight. Mando, big ones coming, look for lost and found. Iron gleams bright and night city, where your appetite weighs you out to sunrise. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City. Here in Night City, got me up alright. Here in Night City. The way you chase and tease me, get me up so high. We're on the rooftop and you don't compromise. Too many hollow, empty bodies lying around my street. Don't testify. You've got to whisper now on your honest, so we keep on moving. Gotta take it slow, no. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City. Here in Night City, got me up alright. Here in Night City. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City.
Got a chrome in my bloodstream, got a hardwired metal soul. I'm craving serious action, not this bankrupt rock and roll. Ships are passing in the tide, riding high, my slides are shot. Metal burning beneath my skin, I'm chipping in, chipping in. Ships are buzzing in blood tide, riding high, my slides are shot. Metal burning beneath my skin, I'm chipping in, chipping in. Got my back to the wall, chipping in. Come on, hear my call, chipping in. I'm the man of steel, chipping in. Fucking feel it, I'm real. Just gonna there be violence, gonna boost and hit the street. Comparing and finding droves, meet and greet and black and heat. Cutthroats spitting more than me. Can't be killed 'cause I'm ready there. You stand, don't feed the ghosts within. You're chipping in, you're chipping in.
All right, we are back. And is just on a black screen there. Alright. I will change that. There we go.
So tell us, how badly have we fucked up? What terrible things are about to befall us?
So, there's a turret in each one of these rooms. So, it hasn't outright confirmed that he hits ring. Not yet, anyway. So, there's a turret in each one of these rooms. The one in the main room that you are in drops down in the center of the room. It doesn't fully deploy. It comes down just far enough that the guns don't actually activate. And you can see through the doorway in the common room, the turret in there drops down, same thing. Comes down about halfway, doesn't fully activate. Scotty, you suddenly get a loud ping on your internal agent and a crackling sound. Just you.
Alright, assume if it's loud enough, he just kind of like flinches from the ping. It's like, what the
Yeah.
what's going on with this thing?
What the fuck are you doing?
But
You trying to get me killed or what?
Playboy?
Well, who else is it going to be?
Okay, well, first of all, I was about to ask that same question to Paul, the bullshit he just pulled, but, what are you doing in my head?
Okay, really quickly, are you saying this out loud?
No, he's saying this over the comms.
Okay. What did you think I was actually coming down there? Look, I don't go to strange hotels with strange guys, so... And besides that, what is this place?
Look, listen, there's plenty I can tell you, but right now, I need to know, just curiously, are you messing with the system at all right now?
Well, I was trying to soft my way into your system, and when I got in there, there's someone else in there. You didn't tell me any of this. You didn't tell me there was going to be all this black ice and these other netrunners. And what is with this security system?
First of all, didn't know other netrunners were coming into the system, though it's starting to make a little sense. As for the security system,
I've been fighting them off until suddenly, like 10 seconds ago, the whole system lights up and there's suddenly these security protocols and everything locks down. So what the hell is going on?
Paul smashed the fish tank.
Fish tank? What does a fish tank have to do with anything?
Well, he blasted it apart with his shotgun, so if anything set off the security protocols, that was probably it. And if you ask me, weirdly, not his dumbest move. He's done worse.
Well, we're locked in. I think we're locked in here now. So I was able to bypass some of this, but this system is nuts. It's this is temporary. I can't control this thing.
What can you do with the security system right now? Because we've been told that
Not much, as long as I have these other netrunners on my ass.
okay, sounds like we're gonna need to deal with them. If we do that, think you'll be able to get into the system?
Probably. but you're going to have to hurry up. And
All
there's,
right, we'll
there's
get on
just
that.
one of me, and there's 3 of them.
3? Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Do you think you'll be able to get their locations for us?
They've got to be close by.
Okay. I'll let my team know. If you get any more information on that, let me know. We'll start the search and we'll wipe them out.
Okay. I'll keep the comm open, but I'm going to be busy, so do whatever it is you do. This is going to cost extra, by the way.
We'll talk about that later, all right? Right now, we both got shit to be doing.
Yeah, I'm out.
Is she saying like out or like over and out?
You gonna ask?
Because she's saying that right there. What did you say?
That's what she said. She said I'm out.
It's like, do you mean that in an over and out type of way, or you're out? Because listen, this probably isn't the best time to be talking about business. There's some shit going on.
I mean, shut the fuck up. I gotta get this. Just shh.
Okay. You can be a little more clear. All right. Over and out. And then he's gonna kind of speak up to the others. Like, all right, guys, so, yeah, Paul, you probably fucked up a little, but there's net runners outside. The fucking shit up. So we gotta get out there, find them, and take them out.
Ring's gonna kind of pull herself up and be like, how are we gonna get out? Because, you know, the elevator and turret and yeah. And we don't know where, you know, Lobos is, but we know she's here.
Listen, there were 3 net runners, and don't think Playboy can handle this all by herself. We need to get out there. Turrets, not shooting at us yet, so we probably shouldn't stick here.
So there's 12,000 gallons of water, correct?
Yes. No, 1,200 gallons.
1,200. I was about to say 12,000. That's a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
12,000 is still. 1,200 is still a lot of water. It's a lot of water. And there's nothing. Don't see nobody else. None of the little shimmering shit from all the water getting all over the place.
You see fish flopping around all over the place.
He doesn't give a shit about fish.
What a fish hater.
Maybe
He's trying to stay alive.
Maybe a couple of crabs.
He'll cook those later.
Some seahorses, you know.
I don't know if seahorse tastes good.
Pretty good sized shark looking thing. Maybe 1.5 feet long.
Shark tastes good.
Rings, as she finally straightens herself up, she's going to be looking at her rippers. Look at Paul. Look at her rippers. Look at Paul.
Look, seemed like a good idea at the time, right?
Yeah, like fucking using the C4 the last time the fucking turret came down.
That was a good idea too.
So you guys see the elevator? Didn't it just had a 0 on the thing, and an up arrow appears, and the doors begin to close.
Oh, Paul, he's like, he kind of looks at Scotty as he notices that, and it's like, well, if you're gonna get up there and help her, better get moving.
Right. And this guy's gonna try to get into the elevator before the doors close.
And he's gonna actually like point to Ring and he's like, "You go with him. I'll stay with her. You got to get her attached to fucking mainframe anyway."
Ring will attempt to race to the elevator and get on in time.
Yeah, you guys managed to get an arm in there to stop the doors from closing. So you gonna hop on the elevator?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul looks over at Paradox and he's like, "Well, I guess you and I are hunting whatever's down here. So Mr. S, because I know your ass is fucking listening, or Sebastian, whatever the fuck your name is now. If it's look like things are starting to look bad down here, because I'm pretty sure we're probably outnumbered now, if we weren't before, you have my full permission to have this one. No offense, kid. Go, murder robot. Just don't kill me, okay? See this face? Yeah, you don't kill this face.
Paradox just grumbles and said, "You killed my fish friends for no reason."
It was a good idea at the time. I figured they might still be in here, and we might, the water might disrupt their fucking cloak shit. Bunch of pussies can't actually fight face to face, you assholes.
Paradox just blinks it a couple times and has a deadpan look on her face and just says, "Fuck you, Paul."
Yeah.
Ring kind of glances over at Paradox and goes, "We'll get revenge on him later."
This guy's why we can't have nice things.
Asshole's gotta sleep sometime.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, he actually pulls out a cigarette and lights it up. It's like, well, let's go hunting.
With all the water, maybe his pack of cigarettes have gotten soaked. That would be karma.
Yeah, how close to the elevator is Paul?
Whoa.
It's probably on the other side of the room.
Yeah. I mean, these rooms are only about 30 feet from side to side, so I mean, they're not huge, but you probably, if you're on the elevator now, you're probably a good 30 feet away from them.
Ring will just flip him off at that point then.
Okay.
He didn't fall in the water like you guys did, so his smokes are fine.
Your damn fucking fault!
So we're gonna move over to you two really quick. All right. So you end up on the elevator, headed up. What? Well, you have, you got the usual elevator music playing as you head up the elevator. Doesn't got
the good music.
It's kind of surreal, really, because it just feels like a normal day for a moment.
Ring's just sitting there, and it's just that tink sound as because Ripper's really long ass nails, so she's just like sitting there tapping those against the wall. It's like tink tink, like hurry the fuck up.
And you get to the bottom floor. The elevator dings, doors come open. You see some people out there, just normal, like nothing's going on.
I forget sometimes this is an actual hotel.
So, what are you doing? You guys gonna go check this out, see if you can figure out what's going on, or?
Yeah, Ring's gonna kind of keep her hands down, play off the long nails as just being that long nails.
Okay. So you get out into the lobby. I mean, a couple people kind of glance at you and your long nails. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And you hear the busy street outside. What are you doing, Paul?
I'm not with them. Don't you mean?
Oh,
yeah, I'm not with him. Paul stayed with Paradox. Find the rats hiding in their home.
I pulled the wrong to apologize for that. Yep. So, Scotty, what are you doing?
I'm here.
You are here.
Scotty's naturally, since there's people around, he's keeping his knife concealed so people don't see it, and he's gonna ask Playboy. He's like, do you know what access points are around here for a netrunner to use?
You're in the heart of the city. There's access points everywhere. They're probably on the street, but I don't know. I can't. I don't have time to try and track them down right now. I'm just dealing with them in here.
Right. Then he's gonna look to Ring. Says Playboy says they might be on the street, but she's not certain. Either way, we gotta find whoever looks like could be a netrunner and just ice them.
Well, I mean, given Netrunner, they're probably gonna want to find a place that's, relatively secure, maybe hidden.
They're holed up in a Starbucks.
Just Starbucks across the street. There they are.
Free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi.
Wow. Wow.
So, this guy's gonna start walking out, but as he's kind of like looking around the crowd, can I roll a human perception to just see if there's anything off about any of these people? Like
Go
anyone
for it.
who's... Alright. Human perception over here. That's an 18.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So right now you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. As you walk through the lobby to the front entrance, the street's reasonably busy. There's cars going back and forth. There's a few vehicles that are parked out there. Ring?
Alright.
Ring's kind of glancing around. It's like, I doubt they'd be hiding right out in the open.
Roll a perception check for me.
18.
Okay, same thing. I mean, it doesn't... Nothing is striking you as unusual looking.
She kind of glances at Scott. It's like, there's a large area to cover, but splitting up's not going to be the best idea because they know where we are.
Well, at least from what we can tell, lobby looks clear. Let's check out in the street.
Alright.
Okay.
She'll go to follow him out and just kind of glance around and...
All right. What is there anything specific that you're looking for?
I assume it's possible, because Playboy guessed, maybe in the streets, so maybe like among the parked vehicles, there's one where a person's just sitting in there. That could be like, something to look at. If they can tell if there's people in any of these parked vehicles, that could be a suspect.
Okay, roll
Ring's
perception. Go ahead, Ring.
Ring's probably going to be looking more towards buildings and stuff. Maybe, a person or two kind of stand outside, almost looking like they're watching for somebody or something. Maybe like they're guarding a building where somebody could be.
Okay, roll perception for me.
I got a 25.
15.
You see, okay, so Scotty, as you're looking around, looking for a parked vehicle, something looks out of the ordinary. You spot looks like a van parked down the street, kind of across the street. This is 4 lanes out in front of you guys. Looks like a nice van. Looks like it's running.
Running?
Running.
Or is it net running? Sky's approaching.
Oh my god. Scotty trips and dies in the street.
He did look both ways and he got run over by a passing car.
That's right. That's fucking right. Jesus.
And thus was the end of Scotty.
So Ring, you as you're looking for something odd, people, anything out of the ordinary, you don't see anything, and suddenly Scotty takes off to cross the street.
Ringo kind of chase after him like, the fuck did you, where are you headed?
Look, let's see. He's kind of like, speak to her over the comms. And he's like, okay, now, take this as someone who knows a suspicious thing when he sees it. That van, suspicious as fuck. So I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay, well, don't take off without me. We got people that are like, ready to, shit, buildings, snipers. Be aware.
Alright, well, let's go check it out.
Okay. All right, so you guys come alongside this vehicle. It's just sitting here running. The windows are all tinted. It is not a regular. It's a cargo van, so you can't really see what's in the back. There's nobody sitting in the front.
I assume Scotty would have approached very carefully, not trying to be too brazen about it, where someone might see, though a netrunner may be kind of focused on something else anyway.
Okay.
So, and then he's gonna still on the comms speak to Ringbeck. All right, think you can open up one of these doors?
Ring.
She's just gonna kind of be watching. She's following him, but she's watching the rooftops because sniper mentality. Knowing if they really wanted to take him out, that would be a good way to do it.
Okay, so I think she was completely oblivious to you, Scotty.
Ring, are you listening?
What?
Do you think you can open up these trunk doors?
Fine, watch the rooftops.
Right.
She'll move over and carefully try to open the doors and hopefully not alert whoever the fuck is inside.
Alright, so I'm going to have you give me a check here. Actually, I'm going to have you roll Conceal Reveal.
9.
Alright.
And I'll be right back because my bird just decided to take off on me.
Gotcha. So she's going to move up to open that door, and we're going to pop back inside quick.
Okay.
So, Paradox, Raiden, those two went up to see what's going on in the street level, see if they can find these supposed netrunners that Scotty's talking about. You guys are still down in the room with the fish, and these turrets are it's a really surreal situation because the turrets are still kind of moving around. They'll shake a little bit, like they're wanting to activate.
Okay. All right.
You can hear them trying to activate.
Mm-hmm.
You can see them. They shimmy around a little bit, turn a little bit.
Paul's kind of just looking at him kind of shrugs, like, well, at least we're not the only ones gonna have to worry about those. So let's get moving. So he starts walking pretty much back to the door he came in from.
Okay, Paradox.
His weapon is up, kind of scanning from left to right and making sure he is ready to rock.
As Paul passes, Paradox chucks the fire extinguisher at him, and then just grumpily follows him through wherever he's gonna go.
He kind of grunts as the fire extinguisher hits somebody, kind of just lets it fall. It's like, you don't want to crush one of your buddies.
With that, she chucks one of the fish at him. She scoops it off the ground and chucks it at him.
Paul actually catches this fish and puts it in his pocket.
So
Okay.
weird.
All right, so where are you headed to? You head through the door in.
Yeah, the door he came back in from. So I think they were in like the common room.
Yep.
Before. So he kind of heads back that way.
Okay.
I
So-
imagine they're going to the control room, right?
Yeah, probably. That's probably where they're making their way to.
All right. So you guys make it into the control room. Oddly enough, none of the hatch doors have closed, other than the green door is closed.
Figured as much. It has like all that water like kind of gone through the whole facility.
Partially, I mean, 1,200 gallons is quite a bit when you're standing in front of it and it bursts forward. But it's not. This facility's big enough that it's not. It's not like you're walking ankle deep or something in water. That's
Okay.
not.
Gotcha. But there's still water, and that means
Oh,
when
yeah.
people step, they're gonna make
It's-
some noise. So
It's
Paul's kind of keeping an ear out for that, like being mindful of his steps, hers, but seeing if there's anybody else making any noise.
You hear a lot of fish
Mhm.
flopping around on the floor.
Fucking fish. Worthless ass motherfuckers. Okay, but
So
I
you-
Paradox is also just gonna go into hypervigilant mode and try to ignore the sound of the dying fish on the floor.
Okay. So roll me a perception roll, Paradox.
Yeah, that was a 13.
All right, so you guys make it into the command center, and I'm going to leave you right there. I'm going to go back up to street level with Scotty and Ring. So Ring goes and grabs this door handle to open the door, trying to be. I'm assuming you're trying to be quiet, or maybe not, but. It's not very quiet. She goes and like pulls on that handle, and her hand slips off of it, and it clanks against the side of the van.
Yeah, not so good when working with the damn rippers. She's gonna curse as her hand slips on. It's like, yeah, I got these damn things. Give it a try.
From behind you, Scotty, you hear a soft but familiar voice. What are you doing? And it's not Playboy.
So Scotty's gonna turn around, and I assume he's gonna see Lobos.
Yes, you see Lobos, and you see two other guys with her. These guys don't look like the ones from before. These guys actually are in fatigues, combat armor, partial combat armor. One gentleman is wearing this odd looking visor, and he has what looks like a very heavily modified sniper rifle. And on the sleeves of their clothing, and they have like red, white, and blue bandanas, stuff like that. On the sleeves of their clothing, you see this patch. See it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
So Scotty kind of notes the Sixth Street gang dudes by her. And he goes, look at her, is like, well, seems like we had some security breaches over here, and I was just looking to voice a complaint with whoever may be messing with our systems.
You shouldn't have made me come to you.
Well, I had a feeling this wouldn't have been really all that different even if I did come to you.
It didn't have to go down this way at all. I had a simple request and a very simple offer. So where is she?
I'm assuming Ring can hear all of this at this point.
Oh yeah.
Loud burb.
He wants to play too.
Yeah, he does not like Sixth Street Gang.
Nope, he does not. Ring's just gonna kind of glance down and go, what? Request. Hand over Paradox to you. Most likely he'll end up dead. Us in with his fucking tools for all of you. Yeah, no thanks.
I didn't say anything about her ending up dead.
Yeah, but what happens if you couldn't, quote unquote, fix her?
That's not up to me to decide, but you have a decision to make, and you need to make it quickly.
Look, you've done about shit all to earn our trust, especially since we already got attacked by a group of Bureau goons before your
That wasn't
24
me.
hours was even up. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you don't even have the sway to at least pause the hits on us, then how are we supposed to trust that you can actually, that we won't still be killed after all of this?
Look. Well, maybe you don't know how a bill of attainder works. But if you come in to the Bureau as you've been offered, then they will retract the bills of attainder. Until then, they're active. And I'm sorry to say it, but you're going to have agents that are going to try and close those attainders. I'm not one of them. I have a different mission.
And again, what reason should we have to trust you? You have given us no reason to trust you.
I haven't given you any reason not to trust me either.
I think you've given us plenty, but you know what's a good first step? Get those net run of yours to stop messing with this system. And
She puts a finger to her ear for a moment. Okay.
and
What else do you want?
as soon as she
This
does
cooperation had better be reciprocal cooperation. I did what you asked. Now you do something that I ask.
Ring's gonna kind of look at Scotty and over internal comms be like, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
think, all right, what is it that you want then?
You know what I want. I want the girl.
All right, then let's go. But just you. None of your boys are following.
You said you want her, we can take you right to her, but she kind of looks at the two guys and is like, no 6th Street.
All right. But you need to understand something. If anything happens to me, in which you don't want to go there, but if anything happens to me, you're not going to get another chance.
Fair enough.
All right, take me to her.
Right this way.
You get a message, Scotty, as you begin walking back to the building with Lobos. Playboy comes through the mic. All right, I don't know what you did, but the other 3 have stood down. So I've been able to get at the security system and at least get it to stand down as well, I think. Just don't shoot any more fish tanks, whatever the fuck that means.
I was quite literal when I said it, but just so you know, the Netrunners aren't dead. They're just standing off for the time being, but we ought to use this time to get the job done. And
So I have to continue hiding from them. Got it.
it's like, well, I'm hope now that they're not messing with the system, we take this time to connect the AI to the system, get that hooked up. Then when that happens, we have control over the security. And then he's going to buzz the others on the comms and say, it's like, all right, Nutrunners are off the tail for the time being. I don't know what's going on down there, but we should probably try to get Paradox hooked up as soon as possible. Because Go ahead.
Paradox replies, well, did she take out the other Sebastian? She has to take out the other Sebastian first. Otherwise, this is futile.
Alright, I forgot that thing had to happen. So many steps to this.
Ringo pipe in and be like, we don't have much time, so whatever we're going to do, we need to get it figured out quick. They've got 6 straight with them.
Yeah.
And those guys don't play around.
So, Sky's gonna talk to Playboy again. It's like, alright. Do you think you can handle the current AI hooked up to the system? We need you to disconnect it.
Disconnect it? I might be able to isolate it.
That should hopefully work too, yeah.
Alright. I will keep you updated.
Right. Work as fast as you can. Then he's going to report to the others that Playboy's working on isolating Sebastian.
Okay. Cool beans.
And he said, by the way, we're going to have to try to work quickly because Lobos is with us. And we're taking her, only her, in.
And as he's saying this, Paul's like, did you disarm her?
No, she's got quite a few guys with her.
Who the fuck is Lobos?
Right now.
Who are you talking to?
Ringo kind of pipe in there and goes, 6 straight, she's unarmed, or she's
Oh, wait,
armed.
you can't hear me. Only Scotty can. Sorry. Only Scotty can hear me. Oh,
she's
gotcha.
talking to Paul.
Okay.
She's like, 6 straight, no, she's not unarmed. And all it's going to take is one little sharp comment from her and whoever and 3 Netrunners right back, possibly killing our Netrunner. So...
Well, fine.
My
I
hope
guess
is
it's
that
4-on-1. Hopefully, she's the only one down here.
Well, my hope is that we can get control of the security system by the time she's down there. Then we'll have her right where we want her.
Let's hope so.
Why can't we all just be friends?
Answer to Playboy.
No, we can't. Fuck that bitch.
And Sky's gonna reply to Playboy. He's like, in short, she's the boss of the other Netrunners. If things go well, we can take her out.
Okay.
Ring will actually pipe over to Scotty over the comms like, hey, do you think Playboy could, like, stall the elevator? Buy a little time.
I can try asking. Not sure if she might have her hands full dealing with Sebastian, though. Then he's gonna talk to Playboy. He's like, "Did you catch that?"
So as you guys are walking up to get into the elevator and you're having this conversation, when after Ring says that, Lobos kind of chuckles a little bit.
I'm gonna roll a good old human perception on that one.
I have a feeling I know what's going on.
I got a 20.
It dawns on you that, you're an agent, she's an agent, you all have internal comms that connect. She might be able to hear everything you're saying.
Fuck.
All day.
Fuck.
Get the jigs up, boys.
Scotty's not going to react yet.
Okay.
He's going to keep, assuming Ring continues to just sort of walk along as well. He's going to continue leading them into the elevator.
Okay, Lobo stops just outside of the elevator.
Ring's just gonna lean against the wall, like just completely calm, casual, like no big deal.
Scotty's gonna look at her and it's like, what are you waiting for? You want Paradox, don't you?
You bring her up here. I came halfway with you. Now you can meet me here. I'll wait right here.
Afraid that's not what we discussed. Or you're telling me you're the type to half-ass things like this?
I thought that we were working together, but apparently I have to change some things. I mean, you can work with me and we can get through this, or we can just come in and take her.
Well, you're coming in right now, aren't you?
No, I just told
She's
you I'm not.
6 straight.
So, you bring her to me. Here. I came halfway. I'm not going in that elevator with you. You do realize that I can hear what you two are talking about, right?
That's you assuming that anything we said was actually facts.
And I'm assuming that you also have a netrunner out there somewhere because you're talking to someone that's outside of the network.
The fucking jigs up, man.
Scotty is dumbfounded.
In your head, Scotty, you hear Playboy say, I don't think she can hear me.
Scotty's not going to reply to that. And instead he's gonna just look at Lobos and goes, alright, so what happens now? Seems like we're kind of know where we're standing at right now.
You go get the girl and bring her back to me.
And if we don't?
How many times do I have to tell you this? Look, she kind of looks down at her wrist and a patch of skin on her wrist lights up flashes a time, and then a timer that looks like a stopwatch appears, and it starts counting down from 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
Bitch, it's gonna take longer than 5 fucking minutes to get down to the base and even locate where the fuck she is at downstairs.
And you now have 4 minutes and 42 seconds.
Give us 15. Paradox likely isn't going to be too keen on handing herself over, especially if she's got the AI in her. Could take some time.
So she does have the AI in her. Good.
That's what you've been saying from the start.
15 minutes.
And Scotty's just going to look at Ring and just head into the elevator.
Okay. Ring, are you heading into the elevator, or?
She was already in the elevator leaning against the wall.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So you activate it to go down, and in your head, Scotty, so what do you want me to do?
How's he reply to her that Lobos won't just hear it? Actually, he's gonna message her through his Nokia agent.
Okay. And what are you saying?
So he's gonna text her on that and say, "How's the isolation of the AI going?"
Still working on it.
Did
Good.
Paradox hear that whole conversation between Lobos and
Since, well, they were physically talking, I'm imagining you heard at least the side of it where Ring and Scotty were talking through the internal agent.
Yeah.
Lobos wasn't using her agent to talk to these guys. She was talking to them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Paradox kind of looks at Paul, looks back at the system, and she says, switch them to the comms overall. Just switch them.
Switch what? And he says this to her, not like over the internal comms. He's like, switch what?
And Paul says, or Paradox says to Paul off of the comms and says, switch the two AIs. Put Mr. S in the system and put the old Sebastian, or the new Sebastian, whatever the fuck, back in me, and then give me over to Lobos.
You know, if we give you over to her, there's a good chance you might not be walking out of that.
Yeah, but I'll be walking out of there. And she points to the green room. To the green door.
That's a good point. All right, let's do it.
Text Scotty on the Nokia.
Yeah, and that's literally what he does. I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Okay, Scotty. Well, Paul, what are you texting, Scotty?
He's like, we're gonna swap the AIs. We're putting the Sebastian back into the mainframe. We're taking douchebag out of there and putting him in Paradox, and we're giving Paradox over. And he actually, after he sends that message, he looks to Paradox and he's like, Sebastian, I know you can hear me. All of her memories up until now, can you like copy those so that when she walks out of there, she knows the fuck's going on?
I run continuous backup copies of the four of you. The system automatically does that.
So that's
Paradox
a yes.
just nods. To
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. He can't actually.
It usually doesn't. It usually doesn't run you right up to the. It usually doesn't run you right up to the moment of your reassignment, but close.
Okay. And Are we sure this
Well,
system has been
Paradox
running?
relays this and
Okay.
just nods.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Paul can't actually hear this, but Paul's like, all right, well, are we sure that system has been running still, even though you haven't been inside the mainframe?
It's a redundant system.
Paradox just nods. It has.
All right, well, yeah, I guess, and he kind of says, yeah, let's run with this plan.
All right, so Scotty, Ring, you finally hit the floor. Ding. The elevator doors come open, and you're back to this scene of the fish flopping around. They're not as aggressively flopping around on the floor anymore.
Ring just walks out, her foot slams straight down on one of the fish, and she just keeps going towards wherever the fuck Paradox. And
Oh no.
she's just got this pure, like, everybody can fucking die and go to hell look on her face at this moment.
Wow.
Poor fish, man. Why you had to go and do that?
Really?
Says the one who blew up their tank.
At this point, what she just did for it was a mercy.
Look. Paul was planning on putting him in some like buckets of water, right?
They're
We
saltwater fish. That doesn't work.
Weird. After they're all dead.
All right, so Scotty, Ring, you guys come in with Paul and Paradox. Scotty, you've been getting these texts from Paul.
Did you share that with Ring by chance?
Nope, not yet.
I assumed he did it in like a group chat with the four of us, but if it wasn't a group chat, he probably would have shown the messages.
The four of you don't have these Nokias.
Yeah, it's only me and you, Scott.
Oh, for some reason I thought all four of us had the Nokias.
No, it's only
okay. Never mind.
It's only the two of us, rather.
Yeah, so he would have on the way down. He would have shown the messages to Ring, which is probably why she's stomping out so angrily.
No, actually, surprisingly, she's good with the plan. She doesn't like it, but she understands. She just has this go to hell look because she fucking hates Lobos and wants to put a fucking bullet in the woman's head.
Maybe she might get that. She might get that opportunity.
And then shove a bomb down her throat so it explodes. We'll add that.
Yeah.
She really hates this woman.
As they kind of meet up with the rest of the group, Scotty's gonna say, "It's like, all right, don't talk over internal comms. They're compromised for right now, so either you speak out loud or through other communications." You know, like he holds up the Nokia phone.
Yeah, but we have to be careful with that. She's got net runners, so can't even guarantee that those damn things ain't gonna get hacked. So
fair enough, but right now we've got about 15. By now, closer to 14 minutes before she storms in here.
If we're gonna get this plan underway, let's go, because
got a limited amount of time, and we can assume she's probably not going to wait the whole 14 minutes. So.
Oh no, I can almost guarantee you probably not. And like straight 3 net runners, and very suspicious if not already knows that we have a net runner in our back pocket.
All right, well let's get this show on the road, Paradox. Oh, good plan, kid. Good plan.
Ring just kind of looks at Paradox.
I'm smart sometimes.
Ring just looks at Paradox and says, "We get through this, I'll buy you whatever fucking sticker books you want."
I'm gonna hold you to that.
You are surprisingly smart. I don't know why you give them the impression that you are not.
Paradox just completely ignores Mr.
So he looks over at Scotty and he's like, is Playboy ready?
She says she's working on it. She'll let me know as soon as she's completed isolating Sebastian.
All right. Well, so I guess at that point Paul turns to Paradox. He's like, the two of you, make sure clear this whole the whole bunker. We don't know if someone was in here or not. Just fuck, if you gotta blow some more shit up, go ahead. But I want to make sure that we're the only 4 in here.
Guys, as a heads up, she does have 3 net runners, when we do this, we have to be quick because I would not put it past her that they are watching, and as soon as they realize something's up, they're gonna come in swinging.
Probably, but hopefully we'll have control of the security system by then. But that said, like you say, Paul kind of reiterates, like, go clear the rest of the bunker. I'll sit here with her, and I'm sure Sebastian will talk me how to set her up in this thing. And he kind of motions to the control situation.
Well, first we need to know if Playboy's got the other Sebastian isolated.
So Paul grabs Scotty's Nokia and hands him his.
It's like, she continuing to pester her isn't going to make her work faster.
I'm not gonna pester her. Just here. He actually hands him his Nokia back. Let her know you're handing off your phone, and all she has to do when she has him isolated and ready to transfer, she sends an okay.
And he's just going to text her on the Nokia. It's like, idiot who smashed a tank is going to be talking to you through this now. Have fun. You can still speak to me through my head.
Ring's gonna let her rippers disappear, and she's gonna reload.
I'm working on it. The 3 observers are isolated on the outside of the security wall at this point, so I figured I better take care of them first.
And he, before he hands the his Nokia off to Paul, is gonna say, "Work fast. We've got less than 15 minutes before they start to act again."
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're 6 minutes in right now.
You have 9 minutes.
Man, time sure does fly by.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So much fun.
Why can't we have like DBZ rules where like 5 minutes is like 20 episodes, you know?
We'd be here till next month.
Wow. So another minute goes by, Scotty, and you and she says, "Okay, I'm in."
Alright.
Is it isolated? We want to know that before plugging Paradox in.
I feel like at this point, Paul would have
Paul has the phone.
Scotty's Nokia. So
And his,
Well,
he
right,
gets
but
that text message.
that's not a text message. She's talking
Oh.
directly to you. She can talk to you.
Scotty's just gonna sigh, go back over to Paul, and just snatch his Nokia back. Like, is the AI isolated?
It is.
All right, and
If whatever you're gonna do, you better do it quick.
all right. Then he's gonna look to the others like, all right, Sebastian's isolated. Let's get her hooked up.
Okay, and then Paul kind of
Paradox.
looks or never mind, Paradox can handle that.
Oh, I was just gonna say Paradox nods and says, "All right, Sebastian, last time taking over. See you on the other side."
Indeed. It has been interesting. Thank you.
Sure.
Um,
With that, she goes back in the box.
back in the box. With that, Paradox walks over to one of the terminals in the command center, and from her wrist slides out, you didn't even know she had it, but she slides out a cable and jacks into the machine. And sits down in Sawyer's chair. What was Sawyer's chair?
Still too soon, man. Still too soon.
And oddly enough, picks up a bottle of the Foster's that was sitting there, leftover skunky beer,
I was
and
gonna say,
takes a swig of it.
Oh.
And she looks at you guys and she's like, "I always wanted to try that." And then her eyes roll back in her head.
Oh man. Hopefully, hopefully Paradox didn't taste that.
Probably mostly backwash at that point.
Probably like moldy because it's been
Yeah.
sitting there for a couple weeks.
Ugh. Well, Paul's
All right.
like, all right, well, who wants to stay here with her? I'm staying. He's still keen on clearing the rest of that bunker.
Ring's gonna shake her head and be like, I'll go with clearing the bunker. I'm not sticking around to watch this shit.
Scotty, roll me a d10.
D10. Okay. A 9.
All right, you are coming. You hit the 14-minute mark, and Paradox is still standing there, jacked into this machine, eyes rolled back in her head.
Alright, so at this point, like 1 minute left. So he's kind of like tapping his foot impatiently. He's kind of watching. He's like, and he doesn't even know if Sebastian can hear him at this point, but he's just gonna say, "Well, I got about a minute left, Sebastian, or Mr. S, whatever the fuck. Better go quick."
Anybody else?
Oh, Paul kind of, since, about, they had about 9 minutes. So he basically walked around the whole bunker and cleared it room by room. Did he find anyone?
Ring would have gone with him.
No, nobody.
No.
Fish died for nothing.
After after a little bit, you kind of freak yourself out a little bit doing this walk around looking for shimmering things and ghosts and stuff. And
Poor fish died for nothing. He feels bad. He feels a little remorseful. He kind of pulls the fish from his pocket. He's like, "Sorry, dude, but know that you died."
Wow.
Ring just kind of shakes her head and looks at Paul and says, "Ready for a shit show?"
Oh, hopefully we don't come to that. Hopefully they get Paradox and the douchebag Sebastian, not ours, even though he is a douchebag too.
over your internal comm link, you hear Lobos' voice. What's the holdup?
We're coming up. All right, just get dressed. Jeez, keep your fucking panties on.
Bit of a tussle down here, but we managed to subdue her. We'll be up there in a couple minutes.
I'll give you 5 more minutes. And if you're not up here, we're coming down.
Yeah, you come down here and I'll blow your fucking kneecaps off. Shut the fuck up. We're coming up. Paul doesn't like her.
All right, Scotty. Tell you what, Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a D100 roll.
Slow.
Paradox. You know, in your box. While this is a really weird experience for you, because while this is going on, you find yourself truly back in that box. I mean, you have no external senses at all. It literally feels like you are in that box. You can touch yourself, but it's not like your body touching itself. It's all the mental piece to it. You're imagining it. No communication, no sound, no nothing.
She kind of motions to the door of this box and tries to open it.
Okay. solid. Doesn't seem to want to budge. Seems like it should, but
She kind of looks up at the ceiling of this box and just goes, Sebastian?
nothing. Roll a cool roll for me, please.
That is a 2.
Okay. You managed to remain pretty calm through this experience. I mean, it literally feels like you're stuck in there for hours. But you managed to remain calm. What are you going to do? Every time you try to communicate with Sebastian, you get nothing. It's like you're just stuck in the box.
Or
you're
even
stuck.
miss.
And it literally, after a little while, kind of takes on the shape and the feel and even the smell of that cabinet.
Paradox also tries to reach out to Mr. S, and I'm assuming there's no response from either.
Nope.
She kind of takes a deep breath. She says, well, fuck. And she kind of scooches herself in the cabinet so that her feet face that door out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to try and start kicking it to try and open it.
Roll a d10 again.
It was a 5.
Okay. You kick on that thing, and it doesn't budge. It's like it's so solid. It just doesn't want to budge.
She kind of takes a few more deep breaths.
Okay.
And curls up and closes her eyes and puts her head on her knees as she's kind of like in a fetal position, and she says, don't let the bastards get you down. Don't let the bastards get you down. And she's trying to mantra her way back into control.
Okay. Ring. So you realize that, you're right at time. I mean, 15 minutes is up. You hear this message from Lobos. You're even 1 minute into the 5 minutes now, and nothing seems to have changed. I mean, she's standing there, hooked to the machine, eyes rolled back in her head. You can tell by the facial expression that her eyes are kind of moving a little bit. Her breathing seems to be normal. Gets a little anxious, and then stabilizes again.
Ring kind of goes back to the whole situation that happened when she died that time. And she kind of shakes her head and she's just like, guys, this is fixing to be a shit show. This is fixing to be a massive shit show.
What the hell's taking him so long?
It's a good question.
I don't know, but we got two choices. And neither one of them's gonna end good. At least not for me. I don't know about y'all. But I ain't going back to them bullshit assholes. So either y'all take her up, or we let them come down here.
Well, I don't intend to go back to the Bureau.
Neither do I, but I also don't want to fucking die.
Well, if Mr. S can get in control of the system, then when those bastards come down here, we'll have security on our side.
In 4 minutes.
So Paul actually kind of he checks the time. He looks over at Scotty. He's like, can you see if Playboy can tell if I guess the switch has happened, if there's a way to tell? I don't know shit about computers.
Yeah, neither do I. I'll ask her.
Her-
And he texts her. It's like, hey, you still in the system? What can you tell about that transfer?
Paradox, roll me a d10 again.
It's 10.
Okay, so Scotty, Playboy comes back to you and she's like, this is a massive amount of information that's downloading between these two. What is this? I mean, I have the database, and then there's this external, smaller database, but it's. Are you transferring information from one machine to another? What's going on?
Something like that. It's a new AI. Listen, do you think you have any way to help speed up that process?
I doubt it. Maybe I'll see what I can do. Paradox. You get yourself curled up into that ball, and you say those words to yourself, and it just seems to resonate through your mind. And for a moment, just a moment, you find yourself back in that spot where you were a little girl, and the other girl is looking at you. And you hear the words, but you don't see her lips move. And for whatever reason, it just fills you with anger. And almost involuntary, you lunge at the doors of the box. And almost like coming through from the end of a tunnel, you see light. And the light gets bigger and bigger, and then kind of opens up into a blurry picture. And you are back in your body. You are you. You're exhausted. But you're in control again.
Paradox kind of gasps as she comes through finally, and she takes a few deep breaths and looks around and asks the others, is Mr. S in the system?
We don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question, kid. No idea.
And we don't have much time before we have a whole mess on our hands, Paradox.
Paradox looks around and just says, Mr. S?
No answer.
She kind of looks over at them, says, it doesn't matter. Help me get up to the floor level.
And Paul kind of walks over and gives her a hand up, and he looks over at Scotty. He's like, so, transfer successful?
Not sure. Let me ask. He's just gonna ask that same thing of Playboy in text. Like, is that data transfer over?
Looks like it's done. I'm not exactly sure what. Like I said, there's a lot of data there that was transferred back and forth. It's done. Whatever was happening.
Okay.
This guy just tells her thanks and looks to the others like, all right, data transfer is done. Mr. S should be in control now.
Okay, Sebastian. He kind of says it out loud and kind of looks around, waiting for the AI to show up.
Nothing shows up.
Ring shook her head. If the data transfer was successful, it took him a while last time he went down. I mean, shit, we were down without him for who knows how long.
Alright, well, let's get her upstairs. You sure? And he kind of, as he starts walking towards the elevator, he looks over at Paradox. You sure about this, kid?
Paradox just nods and reaches out to Ring. Says, help me get up there.
Ring will move over and help her up, and she looks at her and goes, "You don't let him win.
Nope.
Don't.
Don't let the bastards keep you down.
Don't let him win.
Alright.
Don't fall for him."
And Paul kind of fishes out a grenade and hands it to her. He's like, just in case.
Paradox, give me a quick perception roll.
Oh boy, okay. Awareness.
And no, it has nothing to do with the grenade you were just handed.
Okay.
Turns out it's actually a confetti grenade. Turns out Paul he's quite the jokester.
He's got a sense of humor. What do you want?
So you know there's something there. I mean, because you know what that feels like. You don't know for sure. Hey, T-Cat, welcome in. You don't know for sure what exactly. But you're leaning, you know what I mean? There's no, like, clear indication, but I would say that you're leaning towards thinking that this is not the Sebastian that you know. This is something else.
Okay. She kind of nods to the other and says, hurry your ass up. You only have like a minute, right?
Yeah, at this point.
Ring nods, and she'll start helping her towards the elevator, and she'll pipe over the comms. "We're on our way up, bitch."
And she looks at Paul and Ring and says, I think Mr. S is in the system. I think we did it.
Alright, let's hope so.
Right.
All right. So who all's going up in the elevator?
Ring.
Just Ring?
Scotty is.
Ring and Scotty?
I guess we're all going up.
Everybody's going up. Okay.
And Paul's armed. He has his other 2 grenades, so.
So you get up to the top, back up to ground level in the elevator, and the doors come open. And as promised, it is just Lobos who is waiting there. And she looks at you guys, and she looks at Paradox. I need you to come with me.
Hopefully she tucked the grenade, in a pocket or a little backpack thing.
Before Paradox gets the chance to go with her, Ring will kind of give her a hug and just lean in and whispers, "Ride or die."
And Paradox just nods and then gives Ring a kiss on the cheek.
Ring will step back and look towards Lobos and just shakes her head and steps back and just keeps her mouth shut.
And before Paul lets go, Paradox just passes him back the grenade.
He's like, okay. Yeah, he doesn't even try to hide it. He just puts it in his pocket.
Scotty?
Scotty, I mean, he doesn't look happy about Paradox going, but he hasn't tried to stop or anything. He's looking at Lobos, is like, well, as agreed, here she is.
Okay, so Paradox passes over to Lobos, and Lobos, puts an arm underneath her arm, wraps Paradox's arm around her shoulder to help her walk. And she kind of looks back over both her shoulder and Paradox's shoulder at you, primarily at Scotty. looks at you for a moment, and she says, "Thank you. We'll be in touch." And
I'm sure.
And she takes Paradox on her merry way.
And no one ever wants to blow things up.
I think that will bring us to a close for episode 19.
All right.
And we'll pick up episode 20 next week with the afterpiece. I gotta say, there was a whole combat scenario developed out for tonight, and you guys completely avoided it. Like, damn.
Well, I mean, Scotty does try to avoid conflict, and especially when it was just him and Ring, it wouldn't have gone well if those two tried to start a fight against Lobos and all the others.
Probably not.
We've already seen Lobos in action. That's not a one-on-one type of fight that any of us can handle.
She's pretty dangerous.
No, but Ring was ready to go down swinging.
Poor fish.
Yeah, the true tragedy was the fish.
Yeah, you're right.
Never forget those we lost this episode.
That's right.
The fish.
Remember the fish.
We watched Paradox leave away with a bitch that we don't even like, and we're worried about the fish.
Look, Paul feels
The fish
bad,
don't
okay?
get clones.
Wow.
The
Paul
fish
feels
don't
bad.
get clones, all right.
They don't
We
get
don't even
cloned.
know if they're going to be able to get cloned because we haven't even found out if Mr. S is, able to take back over the system. So
Well, I'll tell you what is going to happen tonight. Paul's having fish for dinner. It's not
Sushi.
going to go to waste.
Wow.
Hopefully there was a big ahi tuna in there.
I hope so. I
Ahi
really hope
tuna.
Maybe there's like a squid so we can get some like calamari going.
So
Mhm.
funny enough, I actually messaged Rob during the stream after that whole thing happened. Goes, I wonder if Paradox actually named one of them Sushi.
Probably.
She would.
There'll be some sushi in there somewhere.
He was.
Sushi. That one's sushi. That one's fish sticks.
That one's calamari.
Let's go.
That one's salmon dinner.
Salmon dinner. Jesus.
And if we really want to get fun, that one's okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, T-Cat. We're glad to have you. Definitely watch the VOD if you didn't catch all of it. It's some funny stuff in there. Namely, Paul killing some fish.
For no reason.
It wasn't for no reason.
Well,
I feel like Paul's
he
problem
does
solving skills under pressure aren't as good as he thinks they.
Hold on.
he does. Go ahead. Good.
Blew up the fish tank, brought out the damn turret again, and knocked 2 different people on their asses.
I was just gonna. Go ahead.
I was saying, this is the second time with that damn turret too.
It is. I was just gonna say. I mean, he does open up every stream with his introduction of saying he's the old guy. So I mean, senility.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's showing.
He's
seen
mostly old in like year wise, but not necessarily like he's
Right.
not super old. He's not.
Yeah, like
He's
I
not
think
Gillian's age.
no, I think like body wise, the clone isn't like about the body of, like someone in their 40s, right?
Yeah, he's about like 40 years old when he was cloned. I'm guessing.
Man, he has not aged well, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people, it hits them earlier than others.
It's all that
He takes the
radiation.
get off my lawn a little too seriously.
Look, he doesn't like fucking weird people. He doesn't like dealing with bullshit. That's all he's had to deal with since y'all fuckers came into his life is bullshit.
Bullshit. Really?
Wow.
I feel like Paul's the
Wow.
greatest source of bullshit.
He was happy. He was happy eating his noodles, drinking his beer, and doing his job.
I just feel like the tea's calling the kettle black right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that tried to blow up the entire goddamn fucking base.
Hey, he got results, okay? He got into that room.
No, he didn't. Not that time.
Wow.
He has to come through and wake everybody the fuck up.
Oh, go ahead.
Now
You
that
guys
we're done like cooperating with each other during the session, this is where we all start tearing each other apart.
This is called
It's like,
teamwork.
God, I don't pretend to be, friends with these people anymore.
Brings
Yeah,
the
we're definitely not friends at all.
brings the outright psychopath that ends up being the sane one half the time, while Paul's the one that claims to be sane and ends up being the closet psychopath.
He
I'll
never
just
claimed to be
say-
sane.
Scotty hasn't had a madman moment.
Not yet. It'll
Yeah.
come.
Maybe. But I think he's the sole person who has not gone crazy at one point or another. So far.
Hmm.
I was gonna
I
say,
think he
don't jinx
has.
yourself.
When has he?
Well, he's kind of bashed a lot of heads literally off.
Yes. See.
We've all killed people.
Yeah, but they don't hide it.
Yeah, Paul's pretty open about killing
That's
shit.
Yeah, he's an equal opportunity shooter.
Yeah. And you could keep bringing up that chick who was asleep. He blew her head off. Well, guess what? She pulled a knife on him, so she got what she got.
Sawyer didn't try to attack you.
No, not Sawyer. The chick that was from the Elvis gang.
Well, right, I know,
Yeah,
but
Sawyer didn't attack him physically. He just took his shit.
Yeah, that's an attack on him. He took it personally. He wasn't gonna let that slide.
And then threatened to turn out and shoot Scotty on top of that.
No, he
Yeah.
did shoot Scotty. Scotty just
shot
dodged,
at
managed
him.
to evade it.
wow. All right, so that's a wrap for tonight's episode. We have. Please do join us this coming Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night we have the update log. Next episode there.
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about that, Rob?
Yeah. So first of all, for those of you guys that didn't catch this week's episode, we had our first guest on the update log, old man Garrus. Fantastic episode. I highly recommend you guys check it out. And next week we will be going into basically how to make it in the industry. How to be a successful studio without necessarily having a hit. Because there are plenty of studios out there who are making quality games who haven't had that one massive success that we kind of often see. So join us for that one, and I'll turn it back over to Greg.
Yeah, and we are going to have some more guests lined up for the update log. One in particular that we are working on right now. Well, actually, there's a couple. This one I feel a little more comfortable with actually announcing a little early because we may not be able to get him on before the release. But Luke Stratton, the developer of Pirate Borg, we are looking to get him on the show and talk a little bit about, that whole process for him and developing the game from start to release. Yeah, it'll be interesting. We have a couple
Super
other
excited for that one.
Definitely.
have a couple other guests that are lined up. One fellow streamer that is out there. So, do we have a date on him yet?
Not yet. Actually, I got
Okay.
to circle back with him and get that.
Okay. And then we have a special announcement we'll be making in the future. I'll put it that way. It's not quite locked down yet, but once we do, we're very excited to get this person on the stream. And we'll be working on other guests. In addition to that, obviously, every Friday night right now we play the BOR, which is our Cyberpunk Red themed game series. We also periodically, so watch the schedule. We also periodically do solo adventures with the characters in the BOR story. And that's really building out their history, their life path, kind of telling the individual story of the character. Those are really cool. If you get a chance, go check them out on YouTube. They kind of give you the idea of how each of the individual characters became who they are, where they came from, and how they became who they are. Some really good stuff there, and we have some really good episodes that we've done with each one of the characters at this point, and we're going to be looking at doing round 2 with them and expanding out their stories starting very soon. And probably in another month, I don't want to be too firm on the date because we still have some work to do, but we are going to be launching our next stream series. As we work with Free League Press, we are going to be doing an Alien RPG stream. And I have a special announcement there. I'll let you know as soon as I possibly can, but we do have a special guest that's going to be joining that stream. It sounds like. So, yeah, it should be we're excited. We're excited to have this person join us and, play a pretty critical role in a story that, I think will be really, really awesome. So.
Scotty would be. Matt would be the one to hug the fucking alien.
Go hug it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that series because there's a lot of really awesome things I think we can do with that, and we have some plans for the future as well. Definitely going to be doing a fantasy stream in the future. It's just kind of trying to form those together and get the stories right, because we're not necessarily streamers. We don't tend to be streamers. We are content creators. So limited time. I don't want to be streaming every day.
Yeah, I don't want to be streaming every day. I don't know how people do it. That shit's exhausting. It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's
fun as a side thing, but I do admire the people who are capable of doing this like every day. Because
every day, yeah.
I've watched them enough to know that even they acknowledge that it can be very exhausting. So props to those people.
Yeah, I take my hat to them because that's a job. That's a whole ass job.
Well, and talk about no work-life balance.
Yeah.
Because you can be streaming anytime, anywhere. So it's
right.
You can't even do that balance for yourself anyway.
So I think if you guys have anything else to share tonight, I am going to set up our raid really quick. I think just looking at who I've got available right now, I think I am going to... Actually, you know what? I'll leave it open to the audience. Do you guys have a suggestion who we should raid into?
Yeah, I mean, toss out any names.
One thing I will say is hashtag never forget the fish.
Never forget the fish.
Never forget the fish.
Do it for the fish.
Do it for the fishes.
Hashtag for the fish.
They deserve recompense.
Hashtag for the fish.
Is
we
that
get #1 on trending on Twitter?
That's right.
Is that?
You mean on X?
X,
whatever the fuck
yes.
it's called now.
I don't know. I'm still confused by that.
The bleak season, that's what I
T-Cat
thought.
saying bleak is on. The bleak
Yeah,
season.
the bleak season. That sounds kind of grimdark.
Yeah, I watch him occasionally myself. So all right, we're gonna head over to the bleak season. Thank you again, everybody, for being here, and I gotta get this started. Hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight, and hopefully you'll be back to join us next week, and we'll provide the next chapter. Thank you very much. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, see you guys next time. Hashtag for the fish.
All right, guys. I'm going to jump back